everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren, and on my channel we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel, and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm presenting you the luxury items that I would never buy. Obviously, these are items that I don't have, so I will be including pictures either here or here. And those aren't really specific items per se, they're more like types of items or categories. So if you're curious to find out what these are, then please keep on watching. So really quickly before we start this video, I want to address the change of location. Obviously you can see there's a brand new decor behind me, and that's because I have finally completed and finished my bag room slash playroom. I'm so excited. This actually took me like over 9 months to complete. It's been forever, but I'm so happy with the results. So if you'd like for me to do a bag room tour, I would love to do that. I'm so proud of everything and I love how I put everything together. I feel like it works nicely. So if you would love to see that, please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, we'll start with the first category, and that first category is going to be micro bags. So I really don't understand the trend behind micro bags. I don't get it at all, and I feel like the one micro bag that kind of pops up into my head when I think of a micro bag, I definitely think of the Speedy Nano. It is teeny tiny. I will include pictures either here or here. And the two main problems that come with this bag, and any micro bag for that matter for me, are number one, it looks like a bag for small children. And by small children, I don't mean a child that's like 12-year-old. I mean more like a 5 or a 6-year-old. So number one, it's a bag for a small child. And then number two, it is not functional. If you can't even fit your phone in your purse, what the heck is the point? There is no point. That means that you have to either carry your phone in your pocket with, you know, at least one card holder and like your car keys or your house key, or you have to take actually a separate bag to carry your stuff in. So at that point, I'm like, is it even like a bag, or is it like a charm, like a, you know, think of like a Christmas decoration that you're adding to yourself? I really don't understand this. And I feel like, especially for me, it looks terrible because I'm so tall. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know by now that I am 5'11" or 180 centimeters. So I'm super tall. So for me, micro bags look terrible. Like on me, they look like you don't even see them on me. That's how ridiculously tiny they are. So micro bags is something that I would never buy. The next category of items that I would never buy is going to be custom jewelry. And here, the one thing that pops to my mind when I think of custom jewelry, I automatically think of Chanel earrings. Obviously, there are some fine jewelry that Chanel carries. They feature earrings. But here I'm talking about, you know, just a little CC logo with the strass. So I actually had a pair of those for a long time, and they really, really hurt my ears. So the thing is, I'm allergic to metal, so for me, they hurt after about 3 hours of wearing them. They started to really, really irritate my ears. They would become red, and they would hurt, and then, you know, I would wear them for 3 hours, I would need to remove them, and then afterwards, I couldn't wear anything for like a week because my ears were so irritated. Even if I had fine jewelry, I wouldn't be able to tolerate it. So I really don't understand the point, because it's not like fine jewelry, but the price is so terrible. When you think about it, those earrings currently retail for something like, you know, $500 or $600, sometimes depending on the model, more. And you're not like having an investment. You're not investing anything. It's terrible. I really, really don't understand that. I feel like there's really no upside. I would prefer to have less pieces, to have less jewelry pieces, but then still have kind of a nice curated selection of luxurious pieces. And, you know, when I think of something that's luxurious, I would never think of custom jewelry as being luxurious. I feel like it's something like, you know, that people would wear because they would want to show off or something like that. But then at that point, like, I really prefer to have my earrings. So these earrings are earrings that I've had for the longest time. They're actually from Burke's, so it's kind of like the Canadian equivalent of Tiffany's. And I believe they costed like $1,400, which is, you know, definitely more expensive than Chanel custom jewelry, but it is fine jewelry, it is white gold, they feature diamonds, and then a freshwater pearl. So really, frankly, for the price, I would definitely prefer to have a real piece of fine jewelry. That's why I would never buy custom jewelry from any kind of any brand. Next up, we have designer swimwear. And here, the two items that pop up in my head is, of course, a one-piece swimsuit from Chanel, and then also a two-piece bikini swimsuit from Burberry. So I will try to include both pictures at some point, either here or here if I find them. I recently got a house with a pool. So I bought my first house and it came with a pool, with an in-ground pool. It's been lovely using it this summer. I absolutely love to go to the pool. I try to go every day if the weather allows. So obviously I had to kind of build a collection of swimsuits because before I used to have like one or two max. And I, you know, came across those swimsuits and the price is absolutely ridiculous, especially for the type of item that it is. I would understand, you know, for a dress or even like a t-shirt or a sweater to be that expensive, especially because you would keep it for much longer than a swimsuit. Swimsuits, in my opinion, wear off really, really quickly, especially if you wear them often, like I do because I have a pool at my house. So there's really no point in spending that much money for something that's gonna last like, let's say one season if you have like a pool that you use very frequently, or maybe 2 seasons if you use it a little bit less frequently. That also means that you are forced, or at least maybe feel forced, to hand wash that swimsuit, and that would be, yeah, a drag. I try not to have clothes that, you know, need hand washing or even worse, dry cleaning. So I wouldn't feel like, you know, hand washing that piece every, I don't know, 4 or 5 days that it would need to be washed. So really for me, that's kind of like a waste of money. It's not a good investment at all. And it's something that, because of all the chlorine in the water and because of, you know, all of the swimming and all of the products that are in the water, that's not gonna resist, and it's not an item that's gonna last a long time. So that's why I would never buy designer swimwear. Next up, we have bag charms, and here obviously the one item that I'm thinking about are bag charms from Hermès. They're typical, especially the little rodeo horses. They are such a classic from the brand, but the price for something that's a bag charm, meaning not a necessity, meaning an accessory, is ridiculous. I believe that depending on the model, the color, and the size, some of them actually retail for close to $1,000. And $1,000 for a bag charm. I mean, when you think about it, with $1,000, you can more or less buy, you know, not like a super designer bag, but maybe like a designer bag on like Fashion File or like the Real. Of course, not something Chanel, but you know, maybe like a YSL purse or something like that. I mean, that's like another bag in your collection. You could either have another bag in your collection, or you can have a bag charm. I mean, personally, I absolutely know what I would choose, and it's not going to be a bag charm. I know that a lot of people actually collect them. They collect these bag charms. But for me, they are really an accessory, and I feel like sometimes they even take away from the bag, meaning that when there's a lot of things that are happening on the bag, for example, I'm looking in my camera and I can see the Dior book tote behind me. This is a bag that has a lot of patterns that are, you know, it's not like a solid color. I would never add a bag charm to this bag because I would feel like, you know, I wouldn't be able to see the bag anymore. And then for bags that are so classic, that are so beautiful, like, you know, like a classic flap or a Chanel 19 or something, I feel like the bag is so beautiful as it is by itself that there's really no need to add a bag charm. I would feel like it wouldn't be as classic and perhaps as classy. So yeah, bag charms are something that you are never going to see on my channel. And lastly, we have patent bags. And here I'm specifically thinking of two models in particular. Number one, the Chanel Classic Flap. It comes in patent leather. And then number two, I've also seen a Lady Dior in patent leather. And so for me, this really takes away from the bag. So those models, the ones that I've told you about, are obviously very classy, very classic. They are icons from the brand. They are their number one best-selling purse. But then the patent leather for me really takes away from that. Obviously it is leather and it is a lot less expensive than regular leather because it's been treated differently. But I really struggle to like the look. I feel like it's something that I don't really understand because it is not particularly edgy. It is not particularly classy. It's not like you know, casual beach bag or anything like that. So I'm really failing to see the appeal here, aside from maybe the price. But then, you know, I'm the type of person, if it's not exactly what I want, I would prefer to wait and save and then have maybe less purses, but really purses that I like. I also feel like they're not really good investment pieces, that their value and the return on investment that you're gonna have is not gonna be that much. These bags don't usually resell for a premium, and that's very different from all of those, you know, caviar and lambskin leather bags that obviously if you have a special color or if you wait long enough, you're gonna be able to sell them for a premium and for like a big margin. With the patent leather bag, I hardly think so. It's very niche. It's not something that's broadly appreciated. And so I actually had the occasion to own one for about a month through like a bag rental service that I did a long time ago. I did an advertisement for them a really long time ago. And so I kind of got to play with the bag for a while. And I really did not like it. And it was a Chanel bag, and obviously, you know, it's my brand. But yeah, I really did not like the patent leather at all. It's not a look for me. It doesn't really do justice to the brand. And so yeah, for me, I don't do patent leather bags. It's something that you're never gonna see in my bag collection. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was interesting to you. If you were kind of trying to compare opinions. By the way, obviously this is only my opinion, and if you have any of those items that I've mentioned in this video, it doesn't mean that you have no taste, it just means that we have different tastes. I'm sure you don't like my entire bag collection / jewelry collection either, so that's totally normal. These were just the items that personally I would never buy. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.